welcome to another episode of Bar Drinks and Entrees, season finale. This season 2. This is season 2, episode 11, man. Total of 21. And this is
21.
This is the season finale for 2020. Another season in the books, man. Season 2, episode 11. Kenny, what's going on with you, man? Like I said before, first and foremost, I'm sorry, my name is James.
My name is Kenny, and we're here bringing casual conversation to life. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. James, how was your week before we get started?
My week was good, man. Got man, just been working, working. Had a couple of team building, virtual team building with the company and stuff like that. So things like that. Just getting ready for the holidays, man. Christmas is around the corner, so ready for the holidays, man. How about you?
Yeah, speaking of Christmas and shit, man, I hate this time of year. Always spending fucking money and being broke and all this shit.
Straight out the gates like that, huh? That's how you feel.
Straight out the gates. Straight out
right
the gates. I'm very irritated right now. Everybody asking me to spend money. Ain't nobody putting in, but I'm doing a lot of kicking out. So, but I'm good though.
That's the life of a married man. You know what I'm saying? Always kicking out. But I wouldn't know because I ain't married, so that be that.
Look, you got two women on this show. I saw that, right? Hey, these are the words of James McCray, not Kenny Brown.
Not Bar Drinks and Entrees.
Or Bar Drinks and Entrees, yeah.
But that was it. About man, my week was pretty decent, pretty good, man. Chill. Running. That's all that's all I do is COVID, so I don't really go nowhere. So just out here running, trying to stay in shape, stay a little healthy doing this. I don't want to get fat coming out of COVID. That's about it for me.
Go ahead and introduce our guests, man. Who we got?
Okay, let's start. We gentlemen on the show, so we're gonna start with the ladies first. Jesus Christ, well, she making all the faces already, and since she's doing that, we're gonna start with her. We're gonna start with my homegirl Stephanie, man. Introduce yourself, and you got anything you wanna promote?
Okay. I don't have nothing I want to promote, but my name is Stephanie.
Okay, well, that's it. My name is Stephanie.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Not to promote nothing. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you want to know how my week was? My week was good. I'm currently working from home permanently.
Okay, that's what's up. Permanently, that's what's up.
So I'm permanently working from home.
Okay, how you like that?
I don't.
No, you don't?
No, I don't. Because I have my own office. So, I was good. Okay. I can go in like 2 days a week. But being home with a 14-year-old all day, every day, it ain't for me. It's not. It's not for me.
Yeah, because you probably get on his nerves.
He probably get on mine more than I get on his.
No, I don't believe that. I seen one of your IG posts. He was
but that's
making
just like I went to a little brunch today. I called this man. He didn't even go to class this afternoon since I left the house. He in his sleep. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I come back home. It's like 5:30. He sleep. I'm like, dog, so you ain't go to class? He like, huh?
Hey man, well, I seen you on IG making put the pictures. Look at him, man, my baby, not a baby,
every now and then, when they get teenagers, they don't want to take pictures with you. They don't want to be on your IG no more. They too good, so I just gotta get them every now and then.
Okay, cool. All right, moving on to one of the homies. You know what I mean? And Nike forever, Nike forever. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, Wakanda forever, Nike forever. The homie Nita J. That she got down there, but Nita, introduce yourself and whatever you got to promote it.
Well, thanks for having me back. It's an honor.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Anita, I am founder of the Geely Project. It's a nonprofit that teaches financial literacy and business leadership for minority youth and HBCU students. So I can promote that, but next year is all about my edible business. So look out for that. We call it the Geely Jar cookies. That's all I do. So if you're into the edible game, get with it. If you know some companies to invest in with edibles, get in it now because the joint is about to pop. That cannabis industry is about to pop. Just let you know that now. I also want to promote I don't know if you guys can see my sweatshirt,
Beat your
but my
feet.
home, yes, beat your feet against
Oh,
cancer. So my
oh,
homegirl her name is Portia Anthony. She is the Beat Your Feet queen. She was on America's Best Dance Crew, but she still does the brand, like she carries the brand to this
Talking about
day.
Portia?
Yeah, but she
Yeah,
lives,
that's my homie, man. That's the people.
yeah,
That's my homie, man. Her
oh,
crazy legs and all them, man. Like they used to be at the center all
yeah,
the time, man. I'm a people.
yeah. I've known her since we were 3.
Oh
So
wow.
she's battling breast cancer right now. So every
Oh
sweatshirt goes
wow.
toward her income. Honestly, she's put it out there like she's not working. She's just doing therapy. But if you go on her
man.
page, Queen Peter Brand, you can definitely support. So I'm wearing it for Portia. I'm going to do some more formal posting, when I get it together. But
No,
we definitely got to promote that.
Well,
I'm
well,
definitely going to get me a sweatshirt. I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah,
I'm actually holler at her about that, man. That's crazy. I didn't even know that, man. But yeah, because
Yeah.
they took us global, man. They was all the way in Ireland,
yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? They took us global with the Beat Your Feet thing. And it was on what talent show was that they was on?
America's Best Dance Crew.
Yeah, America's Best Dance Crew. And I think they was on like when they brought back, what's the joint that used to join the New York Apollo? Like I think when they brought back Apollo, they was on that too, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Though, like we put God in everything we do. Well, I know I do. So
Yeah.
praise up for your friend, man.
Definitely prayers up. Definitely, and prayers up to anybody family who lost anybody since we sending out prayers. I just lost a good friend, a co-worker. They took him off. Today, and yesterday. So right before Christmas, he had I think his daughter's like 13, 14. So I know it's tough times for the family, man. So they pulled the plug yesterday. So and he was a good guy. So, but without further ado, we're gonna introduce. Oh, not matter of fact, I'm not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? It's a special introduction that I heard that got to go out. So
No.
now I'm gonna pass it on to you, Kitty, because I heard it was a special introduction. I could be wrong, but it was a special introduction.
I never got that email, but
oh, okay.
Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
Hey, this another Eastern Shore conglomerate that I had to bring on the show. James bring a lot of Cobbin State people on here. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
You know he does that. So from time to time I go back and get my Eastern Shore family. So this is my man Chuck. Been cool for years, man. He out there in Vegas now, doing big things out there. So go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know what's going on with you.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name's Chuck. I'm the AKA Mr. Las Vegas, Mr. Midnight Hour. That's all me. I got a foundation that I just started during the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic. I just started a foundation for pulmonary awareness, better known as COPD. If you have an old person, mainly old people, but some young people are getting it now too. If you see a person with an oxygen mask with tubes up their nose, 9 times out of 10 they're dealing with COPD. And it's a pulmonary disease that is fatal. And if you get it, you will die. So basically what we're trying to do is spread awareness to help people be more conscious of the things that they're doing that can lead to pulmonary disease and ultimately death. So that's what we're doing. You can check us out online at charlesdeskinsfoundation.org.
Cool.
Also, I'm a gaming attorney and I do sports betting tutelages. I'm coming from Cali right now because I just hosted a card party out in California last night.
Okay, cool. Hey man, that's dope. But how'd you get into the COPD? What is it personal for you? If you don't mind me asking, is it personal for you?
Yeah. It's very personal. My father and my 2 uncles and a cousin of mine died from it all.
Oh wow.
All within the same 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they were lifelong cigarette smokers.
Okay.
Marlboro, Newports, what's the skinny ones?
Slim, Virginia, Virginia Slims, on some of them, whatever it is.
And Virginia Slim too. Yeah, so they were lifelong smokers since they were probably about 7, 8 years old, and that tobacco usage really ate away at their lungs and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much how it happened.
Got you. That's big that you bring awareness to it, man. Taking something that was negative and turning it into a positive, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah, it's a cool foundation. We just spreading awareness. We take 0 foundations. It's 100% self-funded. So we take no donations at all. But we're more so about spreading the word and helping people versus, you know, collecting stuff. Especially, I didn't feel like it was the right time to start collecting funds in the middle of a pandemic.
Got you. Man, get that information over to Kenny. Need to get your information over to Kenny so we can put up on our pages and stuff like that, man. We like I said, we like to promote our people. We definitely need to do a better job, you know what I mean? But we definitely would like to promote everything you guys are doing so that we can be involved in some of these things, you know what I mean? You guys are taking the time out to be on the show, so we definitely want to assist in any way we can as well. And also, you know, it's all love for the Eastern Shore people, man. Shout out to all the HBCUs right now, you know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Eastern Shore and Gwynn Park High School Part 2.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you got to relax.
I got to show a little love.
State.
Yeah, Dale State. I got to show love to Dale State.
Oh, our rivals.
Yeah, our rivals, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
And basketball, not football, because y'all skipped that whole experience.
We didn't even know y'all had a football team, to be honest.
Don't do that. Y'all used to come up to see our football team. Don't ever.
Really? I didn't know anybody that ever went. Kenny, you know people that went there?
Nah.
Our homecoming. Hello?
Y'all had a homecoming?
Oh, man. Y'all, this what y'all doing early?
Y'all got a football team, but do homecomings in February, though.
We do 2 homecomings.
Oh.
We got spring break.
Hey, listen, man, ain't nothing wrong with the February homecoming because we damn sure ain't got no football team. Copper was on his way out.
Hey, y'all was a college. I wasn't even in university when we went there.
Have your school been to the tournament? I'll wait.
Yeah.
MEAC tournament?
No, not the MEAC tournament. NCAA tournament.
We went.
We went.
Yeah, we went too.
I'll wait.
How many
We
professionals
played
y'all
Duke
put
in the
out
first
there?
round, so yeah.
Yeah, we've been there. We've been there. I'll wait.
Yo, I heard everybody on that team was 28 years old.
And the acronym for your school, enough said. We're done.
Yeah. Do y'all have an acronym?
Dale State. That's all you need to know.
That's not an acronym.
Hello.
There's nothing there. It's just a college over there.
I don't know if UMES put anybody. I remember when I was there, it was y'all was 1-15. Y'all coach and y'all son was the stars of the team.
How you know that? How you know that? The word reach all the way. Yeah, I know. You talking about Tina. The word reach all the way to Cotton. How you know? Who told you that?
Oh yeah, listen. I mean, this HBCU. You know what's going on. All I know is y'all was winning forever. That's what I know.
Hey,
it wasn't about the game for us.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was
about the
all about the party.
Hey, man, I recommend anybody go to HBCU, man. Just don't deal with the financial office. Okay,
hell no.
You go to.
Try to get a scholarship if you can.
Yeah, yes. The financial office is trash. But we can talk about our HBCUs all night because it seems like we got some people on here that went to the HBCU. But go ahead, Kenny, man. Without further ado, let's get into this happy hour, man. You know, you brought it to my attention. Something you want to talk about.
No. Actually, you brought this to my attention. Okay. So for all the women, you know, don't
what type of co-pilot are you, bro?
How many times you left me out to dry, bro?
I never let you out to dry, bro.
You a damn lie.
I've never let you out to dry.
You left me out to dry for 5 episodes.
See, you paused, you froze. You see how you froze? That's how you know you're lying. You lying, you froze.
I'm still frozen?
No, you good now because you was lying.
You lying. I was never frozen. Because if I was frozen,
man. Go ahead, man. We got people on the show, man.
All right, whatever, man. All right, you a nut ass. All right. Chris Rock, right? Put something on IG. Well, and he also talked about it doing one of his stand-ups. And he basically posted a meme saying, and women, let me know if y'all agree with this, fellas. You know, we're gonna talk about this. Women, we're gonna let the women go first. He said, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
You want to start with
want me to read it again? Y'all got it.
I disagree.
Right.
Okay.
Nah, you ain't gonna read it again. Go ahead, Stephanie.
You gotta read it.
Yeah, okay, Stephanie, jump right into 5. Go ahead, Stephanie. Let me hear what you got to say.
I disagree. A man is not loved just because of what he can provide. If that's how it is, then he's dealing with the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Because any woman that's with her man, she's gonna love that man unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
Flaws and all. not on what he can do for me. Because when you're dealing with somebody like me, I don't need a man to do nothing for me. So that's never going to dictate on how I love that man. If I love that man, I'm gonna love him unconditionally.
All right. So go ahead, James. Go ahead, Nina.
I was like, go ahead, Nina.
No, that's facts. And I can't tell you how many times, whether it's a friend or a guy I'm dating in a relationship with, whatever, that a dude has told me that I've helped him understand what he's supposed to be doing and what he's supposed to become or his purpose and all this. I've inspired him and blah, blah, blah. So if you don't know that coming to the table, then you honestly don't know, that you are loved and appreciated. You don't know how to love yourself. And for you to expect somebody to love and appreciate you, that's backwards. And to feel like you're devalued because you feel like you only supposed to bring one thing to the table, then you don't value yourself. You don't understand the true value of yourself. So you got to be 100 with yourself before you say, I'm only being appreciated because I'm bringing something to the table. We're multidimensional. People are multidimensional, and people's mindset about titles. Oh, I'm a husband, so this is all I'm supposed to do. That's a disservice to everybody that's involved in this whole family situation or whatever, relationship, whatever. So I think that person who is saying that or believes that doesn't understand how multidimensional they are themselves.
Okay. Chuck.
Yeah, I want to say, I got a comment. I disagree with both of the ladies. I fully believe what Chris Rock is saying, because I don't think people are taking into consideration what providing something really means. Like, it doesn't have to be a certain thing. Like, just because when a man exists, he's providing. You know what I'm saying? Something. It's got to be said. If you don't have nothing and you're dead. If you don't have nothing to give out, you're dead. That's the bottom line. And before I got into the whole sports betting business, I was a family divorce attorney. And I can tell you the number one reason for all the divorces that I've done or even listening to was because the man didn't provide anything. So all that love conditional crap, it sounds good, and that's what everybody wants to believe, but face facts. If a man wasn't providing nothing, he'd be a freaking mannequin.
Facts, big facts.
Okay, Kenny, since it's big facts, what's your opinion?
Well, I'm just going to take it even further. After Chris Rock made that, the reason why it made me agree is Chris Rock had a good analogy. He said, fellas, when you meet a new girl and you tell your friends you met a new girl, the first thing your friends are going to say, okay, well, what she look like? They want to see her page and IG and everything. But then Chris Rock say, when the women tell their friends, I met a new man, the first thing that the women friends ask is, they ask what he does for a living. So that right there made me real.
That's facts.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, that's right there. I know I got a sister. Like, trust me, I know. But what I'm saying is that right there made me believe it all at once. So I mean,
I believe there's some validity to it as well, man. I mean, even from a standpoint of, let's just say, since this is a bar type of situation, a bar atmosphere. You already know, Steph, you've been out with us many a times, man. We always got tables, whatever have you. You know what I mean? You've seen it. We've seen it. Guys are having a table. Women walk up they look at what's provided in that space. You know what I mean? They walk up, oh, he got the table. He look at it like this. Oh, he must do this. He must do that. They're attracted to that. I rarely see some girl walk up to a random dude sitting in the middle of the club like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? They looking at the people with the table.
Right.
Because of what is provided, what is the look.
But the post said love, though. It didn't say that that's what you do. It said that's why he's loved. But that's what we're negating. It's not why he's loved.
Right.
But he's loved, but what he's loved on is because of what he can provide. Because
that's not true. That's what we're saying. That's not why we're giving love. See, you have to understand that women are unconditional beings, hands down. That's why we allow our bodies to go through what they go through when we birth children. That's an act of unconditional love. No matter what the situation is, no matter how much you bring it to the table, no matter how much I bring it to the table, I'm birthing this child from a place of love, no matter what's going on around me. So to say that we're only loving you because of what you're providing, that's not love.
Right, but so that's for you. But it's a lot of people that love a lifestyle too. They go for it, they love because they love the lifestyle. It's not just, I said some validity. I ain't say all validity. I said it's some, because it's a love to the lifestyle too as well. Like, think about it. You in a situation where you be in a situation where you meet somebody who can provide a certain type of lifestyle for you, you fall in love with the lifestyle. That's why when you fall in love with the lifestyle, you don't necessarily fall in love with that person. Like, it's just certain things that people do or see. It's like when you look at certain men and then you see this other man that has a stature or he has a prominence behind him, you may fall in love with that being or that. You didn't fall in love with him unconditionally off the break because, oh, he just has a great personality. You know what I mean? Like, if a man brings,
that's one-dimensional.
It could be one-dimensional. I'm just saying it's some truth to what Chris Rock said. I mean, even if, because like people feel like they're entitled to certain things after lifestyle. We was talking about this last show. Look at Dr. Dre's wife. Like $900,000 or not, whatever she wanted for a phone bill. Come on, man, you in love with the lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Was stripping. It was. She definitely was used. She was accustomed to that lifestyle.
Yeah, you get accustomed to certain things.
That was some lawyer that talked her into that bullshit.
But regardless, I'm just saying you fall certain things. There's certain things you fall in love with. I'm just saying sometimes it's what the man can provide. It's not always like I like this guy for genuinely like this guy for who he is. I mean, it happens. Yes, it does. But I'm just saying, a lot of times it's what the man can provide, because from the beginning of time, it's always been the man is a provider. Not saying that it's always happened in that case, but that's what, like, when you look at history, it's always the man is a provider.
Women, what can the broke man offer?
So let me ask you this.
Oh,
you dated broke man, so we can get. Let me ask you this, because
it doesn't always have to be about money.
I agree with that. It don't always got to be about money.
With me, I was paying all the bills. He wasn't working. None of that. Guess what? He was in a 2-year relationship with that man. So
how did you feel about that though?
I would have been even not together, would still be there for him, because we genuinely had a friendship. I could genuinely vent to him and talk to him about any and everything.
Okay.
And understood it and was there. It just got to a point where I was just like, where I'm at in my life, and you still at this point, like, and you don't want to do better for yourself. I'm tired of being that friend that's trying to force you to want to do better for yourself. I can't make you want to do something that you don't want to do because I want better for you.
Yeah.
But just nothing. You can deal with a broke nigga can give you the world. The world.
Outside of giving you the real world, but the world. I got you.
Yes.
Because he can't give you nothing broke. He can't give you nothing broke.
Shut up.
Yo,
I got a couple comments. You're missing the point. That's
I know what she's saying. No, I understand what she's saying. I'm just saying.
People always look like, oh, he broke, he can't do nothing. It's not always about that. Because you have, like, probably like me and Nita, we don't need a man to do nothing materialistic for me. I don't. I have my own everything. I don't need you materialistic wise. No, James, you know me. You know that's never been me.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean?
No.
Hold on real quick, Kitty. Hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick. Nita, I'm going to let you go and then let Chuck go. Chuck said he had a couple of things. So Nita, go ahead.
To Stephanie's point, to contest what Kenny said about, we always ask, what does a man do? And I'll be personal. And I know other women who are like this. I'm at a point in my life where I know what God can allow me to provide through my job, through my side hustles, through my businesses. I'm setting a standard for how I'm about to live. I'm only asking what that brother does because he's going to have to come to the table with that standard. I've dated the broke joints. Was in 2-3-year relationships with at two different points in my life. And my dad told me something so real. He said, Anita, where you're going, everybody can't go. And when he said that, I was like, enough said. I got to work on myself, and that caused me to raise my standard. So if I'm ask what a brother does, it's because you're going to have to come to the table with something at this point in my life. So yeah, I'm asking what he does.
Okay, cool. Chuck, what you got to say, Chuck?
Yo, I got a couple comments, man. I wanted to comment on the Dr. Dre wife situation, and Kenny, you kind of hit the nail on the hammer when he said that was somebody's lawyer who put all of those prices in there and said that's actually very true. I actually happen to know one of the people on her legal team, and they definitely trumped up the charges a little bit because they were trying to force Dr. Dre to settle something lower. And that's what happens. It's like they make all of these big amounts and all of that because most of the time the guy just wants to get it all over with. Like that's right. For the most part. If you look at the Jordan situation, Bob Johnson situation, the first thing that they would say was like, yeah, we just gave her whatever she wanted because I was just tired of it.
Yeah,
she was just trying to pretty much trump up that situation for the best of her benefit. And that's what her lawyers were trying to take advantage of in that situation. Now, back to this whole providing thing and this whole providing definition. It seems to occur to me that everyone is taking on this whole monetary tone of what providing means. You know, I think that, you know, what money is cool and all that. Yeah, you're supposed to pay some bills, take some care of some people financially. Okay, we get it. But everything isn't always about, you know, taking care of a person financially and what can you financially bring to the table. Because there's a lot of guys that can just supply, you know, companionship, compassion, love, or something. But my instance was, if you can't provide anything, nothing. Like if you can't provide money, you can't provide love, you can't provide anything, then you're pretty much not a providing and the woman doesn't want to talk to you. A child doesn't have to do that. That's why I agree with that meme. Because a child can just be a child. You can't just be a man and not have any kind of value coming into the situation. That's what I meant by providing. That was my whole definition of it right there. And my last comment was about the situation where, I can't remember now. My last comment was about the situation where I don't know if it was Nita or if it was Stephanie who said something. Oh yeah, it was Stephanie who said she was in a long situation with a guy and she got out of it because, you know, I think that her goals might have changed during the course of the situation and the guy was still basically stuck in the same situation that he was in. But I want to say to that, you still were expecting him to do better at some point, which means you wanted him to provide something at some point.
I was going to
hang on, Steph, let me finish. Hang on, let me finish. So you still wanted, at some point, you got tired of him being him.
Yeah.
No, we broke up because of relationship difference. That's why we broke up. But what I was
hold on, no, I still wasn't done. Regardless of what you're saying you broke up with, the relationship difference, it seems like from what your previous statements were, it seemed like it occurred because he was still being him and you had grown and he didn't. So basically, the providing wasn't gonna happen either way. And that's what
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he still had to provide at some point.
So that's what I'm saying. We didn't break up because of that. We broke up because of our differences. It didn't have nothing to do with his providing. Up until like a couple of months ago, we were still cool, is what I meant to say. Up until a couple of months ago, we were still friends. We were still cool.
And that's why y'all broke up because y'all grew separate, y'all grew apart. Is that what you're saying? Because you said your differences.
We grew apart. Yeah, he still wanted to be in the Go-Go's and stuff, and that wasn't. I didn't want to be in the Go-Go's no more. I was over going to see what and all that. I was over that in TCB. I was over that, and that's what he still wanted to do, and that's fine. That's cool. That's just not what I want to do.
So let me ask y'all guys that are supportive of a man not providing anything, or defining a man as a man who doesn't provide anything. At what point do you hold yourself accountable for not providing?
I was going to ask the opposite question, but go ahead, James.
Oh, you going to throw this? You see how Kitty sidestepped that question right there? I don't believe that a guy shouldn't support in some shape, form, or fashion. I think everybody has something to bring to the table. You know what I mean? When you're in a relationship. Of course, a relationship is supposed to be, like people say relationships is not going to be 50-50. I think a relationship should be 50-50 in totality of the relationship. Now, it's going to be parts inside of the relationship that is going to be 60-40, maybe 70-30, hell, even 80-20. But when you come to the table and it's as a whole, when you put the whole circle together, it should be 50-50. So yes, I think a man should provide. But that's something that you guys should have a conversation about as well. Yes, you hold yourself accountable and everything like that. You know what you can bring to the table. You know who you are at the beginning. But You know, I definitely think a man shouldn't provide. I think a woman should have some things that she has to bring to the table. I don't want a project either. Just like women don't want a project. You don't want to keep lifting this man up, putting him on his feet, putting him in a position to be great. Just like men don't want a woman to leech over him. You want somebody that can bring something to the table. I just think, well, I know that's how I want it to be.
Let me show y'all who women should get. This is what women should get.
Y'all see mine?
Look.
This is what women should get. They cuddle. They don't argue with you. They just
yeah, whatever.
But
But that's how I feel about it. I think everybody has a portion of playing the relationship in order for the relationship to work. So, I mean, even as a stay-at-home dad, I won't be a stay-at-home dad, but if a gentleman, if you and that man agreed on him being a stay-at-home dad, and as long as he's doing his duties as a stay-at-home dad, making sure the house is clean, if that's what he's supposed to do, making sure the food is cooked, if that's what he's supposed to do, making sure the children are taken care of, he's doing what he's supposed to do. So I think that's just it. I'm just saying, but you know, from what Chris Rock said, I do think there's some validity in that statement. That's all I was saying. But Nita, that's how I feel, man.
What's the patience? Like, what's for women? What's the patience that y'all would tolerate? Like, how long would y'all tolerate a man that can't bring nothing monetary to the table, or wherever he fall weakness at? Intimacy or wherever he lack at. How long will y'all be patient?
There's a difference, and I got to be particular with this. There's a difference between waiting and patience. Patience is a process of perfection. Patience is saying, this is the goal that I want, so I'm going to perfect myself to get to that goal. Waiting is just sitting around thinking something's going to happen without anybody doing anything. So me being patient with a man means that we've set goals. Like in that 2-year relationship I told you about, that Stephanie told you about, I was patient with him because I said, I see the potential in this man. And even if my lifestyle and my decisions, because he didn't go to school, I got 2 degrees while we was together. Like, got myself on track with a job. Like, I was setting to the point where I was about to buy a house. And I was like, okay, I see your potential and how you can contribute to this. That's patience for 2 years supporting this situation. Waiting is me saying, yeah, you could just stay. We're going to deal with it.
Okay. Can you answer
I'm
the question that I had to ask?
I'm not waiting for nobody to get together. I'm not doing that.
Answer the question I had to answer.
37. I'm not waiting. I don't got time.
37.
Hey, Chuck, how you feel about the question that Anita asked? If you remember the question.
Yeah, you're gonna have to repeat that. I ain't hear.
Nita, repeat your question one more time about.
At what point do you hold yourself accountable? If you know you don't contribute anything, what point do you hold yourself accountable?
Well, I don't think that question really pertains to me because I contribute a lot. So I'm not really sure at what point am I holding myself accountable for what. I don't know what we're talking about.
No, she's talking about in general. It's a general statement.
In general.
Everybody's talking about men having to do all these responsibilities, but what if you have a man that doesn't do these responsibilities and then he's still not loved because we only love such and such and such?
But it was a general comment.
Okay. I want to say, like, if you know that you don't bring anything to the table and your sole purpose is to have someone take care of you or make you better, then I don't think you should probably stay in that situation long, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to get tired of it and somebody might potentially really get hurt. And I'm not talking like heartbreak. I'm talking like hurt.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of situations where that played out to where, like, you know, the guy was like a super moocher, and you know, it's only so much that people can take, and he was just like still continuing to mooch. And now that lady's doing, I think, 20 years in the Maryland State Correctional Facility.
Wow. Well, no.
Yeah. Some people just get fed up and they ain't having it, man. So yeah, I think men need to hold themselves more accountable as to what they can do. You know, not necessarily for a person, but with the person. I think it's very, very important to be, you know, not equally yoked, but somewhat yoked, to where you still have room to grow together. If you just equally yoked at the same time, everybody's just, you know, playing tug of war.
Okay, cool. And before we move on, the last thing I'm gonna say too, I think it also is about your upbringing as well. What you see growing up and your experiences growing up is going to dictate to me sometimes how you move or how you live in a relationship a little bit. I think that plays a role. So you either gonna look at it and you're gonna take on that same role, or you're gonna look at it and you're gonna despise that and be on the other side of the spectrum. So I think that's how plays a role too.
For me, like I'll be real quick, James, but for me, I'm not built like that. Them type of dudes that need to talk about. But like, I'll put my dad hat on, and I say get the hell out of that relationship, because that he has no motivation. Like, if you see complacency in a man, he ain't worth shit. Leave that nigga.
That's anybody. That's a woman too. That's not just saying man, but that's a woman too. If a woman can't, like I said, that like we need to stop saying, oh yeah, it's just a man, because it seems like I know that because of the question, the man is being talked about more. But you see complacency in a woman as well. That's the same thing too. Like,
but yeah, I still feel like that goes back to Chris Rock's point, though. I still feel like that goes back to the whole providing thing. If we're just canning him because he can't do nothing, then you're with them for what you expect to be provided for.
Right. Cool. Moving on, man. Before we move on to the first round, we usually play a game. We switched the game up a little bit. We usually play a game called Gotta Get Rid of One, but we switching it up a little bit. It's the holidays, and during the holiday season, people are traveling a lot, going out of town. Also, it's Christmas, so people are trying to get up with family. I don't know how it's going to be this year, of course, with the the situation and the pandemic we in. But so me and Kenny was sitting down, we thought about something. So if you was in a car for 8 to 10 hours or a long time because you're on a road trip, I need 3 options, and one is around Christmas. So what's your favorite Christmas song you have to play while you on that road trip? What's your favorite rapper that you can listen to the whole time? You only get one rapper. And what's your favorite R&B singer? Singer that you can, and it's only one. So you can only have one R&B singer, one R&B artist, one rap or hip hop artist, and then one Christmas song you have to play on your road trip. And since my man, and we usually let the ladies go first, but since my man Chuck, is in the car, this is a good question for him, because I really want to know what he listens. First of all, before he say what he listens to, I want to know who he listens. But I want him to say, and then I want him to tell me who he listens to right now. But if you had to choose, Chuck, one hip hop or rap artist, one R&B artist, and then one your favorite Christmas song, because it's the holidays. Christmas is right around the corner.
My R&B artist is she the same rule as the rap artist listen to all the way through?
Yeah, same rule. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Sade on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can listen to pretty much that on the long road trip. Rap artist that I can listen to all the way through, I'm gonna have to go with Ricky Rose.
Okay.
I like his production.
Yes, sir.
And Christmas song that you said I have to listen to, right?
Yeah, Christmas song.
The first Christmas song I'm gonna hear is the same as, I hope this is the same with y'all, Chuck Brown, Merry Christmas, Baby.
Okay, I like that. That's different. Okay, but you from the city, so I expect that. You from here, I expect that. So yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Nita, coming to you next.
Christmas song, anything from Kirk Franklin Christmas album. Any song from there. Jesus is a Reason for the Season. It don't matter. Any of them joints. Rapper Jay-Z. First album to the last, even the Carters. Put that joint in there.
Okay.
R&B, I'ma say it under my sweatshirt, R. Kelly, but I'm not gonna say it on the record.
Hey, nah, we talk about that all the time. I get it.
Right, because hits for days.
Yeah, man, listen, man.
Collabs, I'm talking about production, I'm talking about writing, I'm talking about albums. I mean, who starts an album saying hit it hard from the back, and you know that album's going to be fire? So
let me say that I get it. Yeah, listen.
I don't judge nobody. All right, so don't
Steph,
judge.
Coming to you, Steph. Coming to you.
R&B, Monica.
Okay.
All day. What is it? Christmas song?
Yeah.
The Chris Brown one from this Christmas.
This Christmas? Okay.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Okay.
And I don't really listen to rap. I'm not really a rapper. I don't really listen to rap.
You don't have nobody, not one particular artist that like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this. Like, that's my guy.
Damn.
I'm not a rap person.
No, that's fine. Cool.
Person. But I'm more of an R&B person.
Okay, cool.
But I will say my song right now is Throw baby.
You so ratchet.
Hey,
You so ratchet.
Hey, James, you stupid.
throw at you.
Oh, throw baby.
And they always, hey,
Disrespectful. The words are little disrespectful.
man, every
What?
time
Throw
they,
baby.
hey, James,
That's
every
That's my
time they
little
play
song
that,
right now.
every time they play that song at them day parties we used to go to, man, I'm lit.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
That's
So,
my song.
Kenny, coming to you, man.
Um,
Or you want me to go first?
yeah, man.
I'll
Whatever you
take.
wanna do.
Oh, okay. I'll go. So for me, now let me say this. Let me get this out of the way though. Like my favorite rapper is Nas. Favorite rapper is Nas. I can listen to him too, but like whatever. I'm Jay-Z. Like I like Jay-Z too, but I get you, Nita. I understand. My favorite rapper of all time is Nas. I can listen to him too, but Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne got so much music. You cut your screen off all you want, Nita. Like Lil Wayne got so much music from, you know what I mean, his first album to his squads to his mixtapes, just like all that. Like I can listen to that, man. R&B, I'm gonna rock with Nita, man. I'm gonna go with my man, Kel, Stepping in the Name of Love, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with Kel's little freaky ass, man.
Yeah, little freaky ass.
a little freaky ass, little predator ass, man. I'm rocking with Kel's, man.
Oh man.
And for the Christmas, man, like I get it. This Christmas, but it's the Donny Hathaway this Christmas, and it's the Temptations, Silent Night, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can't beat that when he come on. Like when he come on with that joint, like when he starts.
In
like,
my mind.
In my mind, that joint go crazy. So,
Yeah,
but
man, that's
kidding.
dope. That's dope. The same thing for Christmas song is definitely the Temptations, Silent Night. That's my joint. Rap will be Pop, and I'll, in that trip, if I'm going from here to Atlanta, I'll probably hit 'em up like 50 times before, I'll probably put that joint on repeat for like 50 times, and then I'll play all his hits after that. To all them Jay-Z fans. Let's say R&B. I'm old school, so I love old school. I'm an old soul, so it'll probably be Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Cool.
All the hits.
Cool, yeah, man. I'm a OJ's fan, man.
I got a rapper.
Oh.
Tupac.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Okay, I'll go with that. All right, bet. But hey Chuck, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that Ricky Rose though, man. Rose got a lot of bangers, man. Chuck, I'm with you on that, man. Definitely with you on that, man. He got a lot of hits, man. He got a lot of hits. And Nita, I'm a whole fan too. Don't get it twisted. Just Nas my favorite, but I'm a whole fan too, man.
Yeah, you can ride the Rose though. You can bump that in the joint when you ride.
Yeah, you can.
I bet. Moving on to round one. Kenny, go ahead and shake the bottle up. Let's get to this question, this round one question. While he's doing that, man, I know Chuck, you ain't got the drink, or you might have, but you out the car now. We could talk about it. Nita, what you sipping on?
It's called H2O with lemon.
Okay. Steph, what you sipping on?
Jameson.
See my whiskey friend, man. We used to drink so much whiskey. We used to drink so much damn whiskey in the club. Like that would be crazy. Chuck, what you sipping on if you sipping?
Got a 6-pack of Corona.
Okay. Premiers or regular Coronas?
Nah, regular.
I'm an old guy now, man. I'm an old guy. I drink the Premiers. I gotta watch the calorie intake.
No bullshit.
Come on, stop the Jameson then.
Yeah.
Listen, so Kenny, what you sipping on, man? I seen the bottle. I seen you put it to the.
Yeah, I got BR and Associates, my man, black owned business. He got drinks. This right here is a strawberry margarita.
Steph, you know who that is.
I'm gonna say, ain't that what you call this thing?
Yeah, that's Big Ron. That's Ron. You know what I'm saying? You know who it is.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? So
Ron called me into getting the iPad and some more going in Verizon too.
Yeah.
But I'm over here off the Terramana. I've been drinking that lady Terramana tequila. It's the Rocks tequila. And real good, man. Real good.
That Casamigo.
Oh yeah, Casamigo, that George Clooney, man.
Like tequila, but that Casamigo.
And I've been drinking a lot of tequila lately, man. that Teremana, Corzo, Casamigo, man. You know, I've been
watching
drinking.
your calories, I see.
Yeah, 1942. You know what is I'm not all big on, but I've had it. It's pretty good. The Clase Azul, but it's all good. And then I'm gonna tell you, like, I ain't gonna lie though, Jordan tequila real good too. MJ's tequila, man. He got another championship with that one.
Yo, I just had this tequila. I brought it back from Cabo. This shit called Don Coyo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a extra añejo, so it's like a little bit smoother than the 1942.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, hey Chuck, send me the name of that because I'm going to Cabo.
All right, it's called Don Cayo. CAYO.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
CAYO. All right.
When are you doing the Cabo thing? Just DM me and I'll give you the particulars.
Okay.
Okay, bet.
All
right, man. Round one, man.
All right, so we're going to the first round. Here we go. Oh shit, damn, James. Why do people feel the need to be single? Is it one of the following defenses? Unhealthy attractions, fear of intimacy, pickiness, fear of competition, isolation and routine, and rule making. I'll read it one more time. Why do people feel the need to be single? Is it one of the following defenses? Unhealthy attractions, fear of intimacy, pickiness, fear of competition, isolation and routine, and rule making. And okay, Stephanie.
No, I have a question about what he said. Is it need to be single, or is it they just choose to be single?
Yeah,
we can say either one. You can
either one. That's good.
Okay, choose to be single.
So, do you want to start with the ladies first, or you want to start with Chuck first? Can you know what I mean?
Chuck can go first.
Oh shit!
I just gonna put Chuck out there, man. Kitty, you make the decision, man.
Guys, I gotta get on Chuck nerves real quick.
I think Chuck ready though.
Yeah, what's good? What we talking about again?
That's my man. All right. The first question is, why do people feel the need to be single? Is it one of the following defenses? Unhealthy attraction, fear of intimacy, pickiness, fear of competition, isolation and routine, or rule making?
I feel like it's all of the above. I feel like people choose to be single for all of those reasons. Every last single one of them. I don't think one stands out more than the other. And I'm going to throw the ladies under the bus because y'all made me go first. And I think that all of you all do all of those things. And I feel like every chick fucks with 7 niggas in the first place in the beginning. And that's just the way it goes.
That's it? That's what you got?
Yeah, that's what I got. All of the above, and none are more important than the other. No particular order of importance, just all of them. Yes.
And you feel like because women mess with more than one guy off the break.
I think.
Let me expand on that.
That's what I was saying. I'm gonna give you opportunity to expand on that.
Yeah, I said that to say this because we're all trying to find. Technically, I don't know if this is the real case, but theoretically, we're all trying to find that one. And during that one I feel like there's now more so than ever because everybody's more accessible through social media and dating apps and everything else. There's a lot more, people are a lot closer now than they used to be with people with 3-4 hours away and just calling on the phone. But I think that now that makes the dating pool a lot larger, which means there are a lot more selections on both ends. So I feel like there's a lot more of a process of elimination in that situation.
Got you. Nita, I see your face all screwed up, chopped screwed.
Both the women.
What's to do with him? Like, is it the women or is it you?
No, I said I was throwing the women under the bus. So yes, it is the women. Hey, don't make me go first then. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Everybody's entitled to speak their opinion. So you can go first, last, in between, don't matter. But okay. It's great to hear your perspective.
Thank you.
I choose to be single because I found patterns of behavior that I was doing in my relationships, and even when I was just dating, that it was like insanity. I was doing the same thing over and over again, or allowing the same thing over and over again, and it was not producing the results of growth. Not even the results that I wanted, but just results of growth and progression. So I had to take a step back and say, okay, how have I grown since I was 21? How have I grown as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a woman, you know, all in totality? How is my relationship with God? You know, I can't expect somebody to have a bond relationship with God and pour into me if I don't have a bond relationship with God and allow God to pour into me. So it was just a lifestyle decision that I had to make. And I'm gonna be very transparent. Like, I am a total supportive person of celibacy, because it literally allows you to tune out your flesh so that you are literally connecting with energy that is good for you and the other person. So when I started making those lifestyle decisions, I started to see people who were always coming back around. You know how they always come back, male or female, was seeing them weed themselves out. I didn't even have to cut them off, because when they realized being able to connect with me on that level, and not even just physical, but just being in my space, or let's go hang out, or Netflix and chill, when they were realizing that they weren't getting to second base, it was like, you cut yourself off. So that was something I had to do for myself and grow for myself. So I'm definitely all for family. Like, that's probably the most beautiful thing that we can do as human beings, is reproduce and take care of the next generation. So I'm totally looking forward to getting married, having children, but I am choosing to be single, because I promise you, I have not seen a unicorn out there that is compatible for me, that's bringing the same type of energy. Okay. Somebody I can grow.
Okay, Toni Morrison. I hear you over there. Go ahead, Steph, man.
I just don't give people chances. And that's just, I don't let people in, like, I don't. It takes a lot. Like, I need to see a lot of consistency. And I think that is my main thing, consistency. And just like breaking off, like what Nita said, you have those guys that always come back around, back in your DM, back texting you out the blue. They come back. But it's always the same thing. So I get what she's saying. I had to take time to pretty much look at myself to see why was I attracting the same type of guys. Because when you attract the same type of guys, you're going to get the same results every time. And that's what it was. So after my past relationship, it really is just, I choose to be single because I choose to just focus on me and my son at this point.
Got you. Mia, you want me to go, Kenny? I mean, I know you said the question, so I can go. Whether it's a need or a choice. Sheesh, Steph, that's what you're doing. You look at the camera like that.
Because I was like, hit this one.
What you mean, man? Whether it's a need or a choice, whether you need or choose to, I think a lot of it comes with, I don't have to answer to nobody. So I choose to be single because I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to, I like my space. I like being, I like coming and going as I please. I like not having to worry about nobody. I don't have a problem with being selfish or saying that I'm selfish in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And when you in a relationship, it's a lot of compromising. It's a lot of sacrificing. And I don't feel as though that, I'm not now, but in my past, I wasn't at that point. So I don't feel like, I'm not going to get in a relationship to be with you just so we can argue about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, because I'm not ready to do it. And so for me, it's whether it's a need or a choice. I mean, I get the insecurity parts. Like, I see the memes, sleeping peacefully, knowing nobody's cheating on me and everything like that. I'm not worried about the cheating part. You're going to do you, you're going to do you regardless. Like, whether, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm not checking your phones. I'm not worried about that part of it. If you step out on me, that's your loss. Because I know I'm a catch. I know I'm a catch. I know, like Nita said, I'm a unicorn. I don't care what anybody's saying. That's how I feel about it. End all be all. But at the end of the day, then I can deal with whoever I want to deal with. If I don't want to be monogamous, I don't have to be. I don't have to do any of those things. it's me. I have to take care of me. I don't have to worry about taking care of nobody else. I can be who I want to be. I don't have to change, and you know what I mean? I don't have to grow up if I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? So it's like the need or choose to be single. I choose to be single, or the need to be single is because I don't have to worry about somebody else and their feelings and all those things that come with being in a relationship. You know what I mean? I can move the way I want to move and don't have to worry about it. And you know, for me, that's the reason why I haven't had a kid at an early age. I mean, I got lucky too. Let me say that I did get lucky. You know, I had a couple scares, but I did get lucky. But like I remember, like, and I'm just to go off subject for a hot second. I remember when my cousin, we was in the mall one day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to get these J's," and he's like, "Nah, I got to get him something for my daughter." I said, "Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't having no kids early because I don't want that." So it's the same with the relationship with me. I don't have to answer to nobody. So that's why, you know, for me, like, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. I don't care. I don't feel like, listen, if I don't want to deal with you, like being single, if a girl call you and you don't want to answer, you ain't got to answer. When you in a relationship, you got to pick that phone up. You got to talk. You got to listen to their stories. If they, you know what I mean? The story that they done told you from the time they got to work to the time they get home, you have to listen to it. But when you single, yeah, man, let me hit you back, man. My refrigerator light keep coming on when I open up the door. Let me hit you right back, man. Like, you can do those things. You ain't got to talk to nobody, man. So that's the thing for me. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I heard everybody, man, and I just think like the timing for going into a relationship is nothing's going to be perfect. Like it's like waiting for the perfect time to have a child. There's no perfect time to have a child. Like I just think like it happens, and you just got to roll with it and deal with it. And I just think like
Oh, so we talking about why we all single now too, or something? Is that the follow up?
Nah, ain't even a follow up. Kenny's, I guess.
But that's a good.
You know,
because I heard everybody taking
the only one married on here. I think Kenny's the only one that's married on here, so he's technically the only one in a full-fledged committed relationship.
No, because I'm speaking from that stance, because I think like I don't think that there's going to be a perfect situation which you guys are looking for that you're going to find. Like I think everybody has, even me, like I have my faults. Like I just got into a big argument, not to put my personal business out there, but today, because I was raised hard by my father. Like I don't know how to get in touch with my soft side. When I talk, I talk one way, and if you feel that way, it is what it is. Like I don't know how to talk any other way. That's my biggest fault. And when I see an argument, I just shut down. Like it's not even worth it. Like I just shut down and shun away from it and all that. But what I think is the end of the argument is, you know, I'm trying to help you become a better person. So like being patient and waiting for that individual, working with that individual, not just fight and flight. None of that. It's we fight and then, you know, we eat dinner together before I even did this show. So it's like it's a lot of things that's not gonna be a unicorn when you go into a relationship. And that's just a point that I'm just trying to get across from personally what I've been through. Like even there's things I want her to do that, you know, we all both working on each other. Is, you know, not to put my business out there, but I'm just saying, like, you know, just coming from a person that's being only married on this show, like that's, you know, it's things ain't gonna always be on time. You gotta make the time for it.
Listen, I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna have the kids. I'm gonna do all that. I am. I definitely am. But, you know, I was just saying from a standpoint of being single, why? You know what I mean? And that's just from my personal experience and a personal opinion. Go ahead, Steph.
How long have you been married?
You've been married 30 years.
How long I've been married?
He's been married since he was 8. He's been married 30 years.
8 years.
That's a long time.
It'll be 9 years next.
That's a long time for our generation. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but
I agree with you. That's a long time.
Well, that's a long time.
In those 8 years, I found out a lot more about myself than when I was single. A lot more.
That's dope. But like, yeah, man, 8 years in our generation, that's a long time to be married, bro.
Yeah, that's a forever.
Okay, I have another.
Oh, go ahead.
I have another question. This is like off of the question or whatever. So I have this question because I hear a lot of people say that they feel like marriage is a business deal.
I believe that to a certain extent.
I mean, it is a contract.
Yeah, I believe it to a certain extent. Two incomes is better than one. I don't think
I disagree with that one, but
I think that people fall in and out of love and relate in the marriage.
So do you feel like your marriage?
I said to a certain extent, though. I did say to a certain extent.
I don't feel like my marriage is a business. I don't even know what those people are implying. Like, what was their reasoning for saying that?
Good answer, Kenny. Good answer. Good answer.
So I have one friend. Well, they're not married anymore, but when they were married, they cheated on their wife. I knew the side chicks before I knew the wife. Like, real talk. I knew all the side chicks, and then years later, it was, oh, this is my wife. And I was like, huh? Like, you been married all this time? Okay. So I'm like, well, what was the point of you getting married and you doing all this? Because, like, you got these side chicks, like, they whole wifey. His reply was, she was the only one that was going to deal with me with 4 kids, with 4 baby mothers. So I was like, what? He was like, it was, and I'm like, no, then you shouldn't have married her. Because you put her through hell with all this cheating that you doing. So that's why I just be like, and a lot of people that I know.
How long did she stay?
She stayed a long time.
Okay, so
she stayed a long time. Because I known the guy probably, I'm 37. I've known this dude, since I was like 23, 25. And they just got divorced.
So she put up with all this stuff. So, you know,
they
some of that.
Got divorced 2 years ago.
So some of that she was okay with.
They just got divorced.
Man.
So some of that she was cool with. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say she was cool with it. I'm gonna just leave it at that. She was cool with it.
I'm not gonna say she was cool with it because
she was. Yes, she was. Because she stayed.
Yeah, she was cool with it.
She was cool with it. She stayed. She was cool. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate you, Chuck, as a divorce lawyer.
Nah, you would know. Living with someone every day, I don't care how clean you try to be. If you cheating, you won't know. I don't care how clean you are. We never seen 2 cats have, but if you married, you know what your partner doing.
So she was
at some point you gonna know. Yeah,
it's cool. Nita, I know you had something to say.
I was kind of stuck on the business deal part, but kind of going back to what Kenny was saying about perfect, you know, when I say a unicorn, I don't mean I'm perfect and I'm looking for the perfect guy. That's nah. So just like you learned a lot in a relationship or in your marriage, you learn a lot about yourself. I'm learning how to do that being single, because beforehand I was learning so much about being in a relationship and the other person that I was getting lost in it. So I need somebody to grow with. And a lot, not all, but a lot of guys this day and age are so comfortable with being who they are that they don't want to grow. They don't want to get out their comfort zone. You know, if I have to ask you why you haven't been out the country before, whether it's a vacation or whatever, why you don't have your passport, it's like, dude, come on. If I have to figure out what it is about your friends that you have to be with your friends every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to watch a game. Dog, I love basketball. You know this, Kenny. Like, I will go put up shots with you. But if you got to check in with your friends, like on some, I got to make sure we not doing this weekend. I'm like, dude, you're with them every weekend. For what? I don't see my homegirls like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they don't want to get out this comfort zone. And as a good woman, we see the potential in y'all. We speak life into y'all. Good women do. That's a good woman. She will speak life into your dreams and in your purpose. But if you are just complacent and comfortable, grower. I love to grow. So it's not about me trying to be perfect and looking for the perfect person at the perfect time. Nah, like, because some of the best opportunities I've had in my life were unexpected. And that's why I'm like, God, you gotta bring it all together, because I'm not out here looking for nobody, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna know who Slim is.
Yeah, I meant that in the way of, okay, so now you explain your way with going out the country. I was talking about more so like with my situation, like I don't know how to get in touch with my feminine side, like the way my wife wants me to. Like I just
It's not.
I wasn't
First of all,
raised that
Kenny,
way.
it's not
I
your
wasn't
feminine
raised that way.
side. It's about you being vulnerable.
It
bro.
is.
Stop
It is.
saying- no, it's not.
It is
Stop
feminine.
saying. Stop saying
Hey,
feminine
because
side.
I agree with him on that because that's a lot of my issue. I'm not vulnerable.
But yeah, but it's not your. But he's saying feminine.
It's not feminine.
They feel like I'm.
Yeah, I don't agree with that feminine word.
No, that is not your. But what I'm no, it's not. It's the
Being
word
vulnerable
choice
is not
he's using.
feminine.
It's the being vulnerable and being feminine is two different things. So don't say being in your feminine side, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what that is. It's being a vulnerable. You know, being
it.
able to
I
open up,
disagree.
being able to be open and being transparent and having yourself out there, knowing that with no shield on, knowing that you can get shot without a bulletproof vest on. Let's put it that way, since you want to talk feminine side. Being shot without a bulletproof vest, knowing you can be harmed. That's vulnerability. It's not being feminine.
I think that way, and I like even at funerals, like you know how close I was with my grandma. I ain't cry. Like I think mourning is a luxury I can't afford.
Everybody grieves differently, though.
Everybody grieves differently. Everybody grieves differently, but if you don't grieve in some shape, way, form, or fashion, whether you don't want to be crying and anything like that, or you don't want to be vulnerable, bro, like that, like you're gonna self-destruct almost, in my opinion. Remember, you have two daughters, Kenny, and they're gonna bring home what they see. So when they bring home a man that can't get in touch with his vulnerable side, and he shuts down, or he talks to him a certain type of way because he always like, I'm hard and this, that, and the third.
Yeah, my kids.
Like I'm just saying, just be mindful of that. So if a man is talking to your daughter that in that way, shape, form, or fashion, and you don't like it, understand why she brought that man home.
I agree with you, bro.
That's all I'm saying.
I was just saying though, Tanita, like that just when you explain, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, like don't just call it feminine. I get it. It's hard for you to be vulnerable. I'm cool with that. I understand that because when you're vulnerable, you leave yourself out there to get hurt. Get that portion, but don't call it feminine. That's all I'm saying. It's not feminine. It's not.
Okay, Dad.
No, I'm just saying it's not, bro. It's not, man. And I think that because I just think that we need to change that view for us men to kind of grow a little bit ourselves. Because, you know, we're always taught the men are mouse thing and things of that nature. You know what I mean? We don't get to cry.
Right.
You know what I mean? We always gotta figure it out. And I guess that goes back
to I agree.
Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
The whole marriage being a business contract thing, right?
Right. Just what you were saying. He was like, yeah, you agree.
I think that was the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. To a certain extent, I agree with the whole marriage being a business situation, but I feel as though a lot of people just try to put marriages into one category. It's like, you know, I feel like it's not just one simple thing. Marriage is multidimensional, as one of the ladies said earlier. But you know, from drafting prenups and drafting postnups for people, I can definitely see where the business contract aspect of it would come into, especially when you're playing with, you know, assets and mingling of the funds and all of that stuff. So I definitely get that point to where, you know, I'll give an example of a certain situation I had with a past client. The guy was pretty much, he wasn't really making a lot of money. And we were trying to tell him, I was trying to advise him. I was like, you know, she's going to want this prenup to protect, you know, her assets because she made like significantly more than him. And she had a lot of properties prior to the marriage. And in the state of Maryland, anything that you bring into the marriage prior to it without the commingling of funds, you keep as a separate asset. So I was trying to tell him that, you know, we're going to need you to do X, Y, Z so you can protect yourself in the event of the divorce. And he had already been divorced twice. So this was his third marriage and this was her second marriage. And in her first marriage, she cleaned the last guy out because he didn't even have any kind of prenuptial situation. So when people
Dirty
say it's not a
dog.
business deal,
Dirty
believe me,
dog.
baby, yeah, it is.
Dirty dog. And then she turned around and signed a pre-month because she learned from him what not to do. What not. Dirty dog.
You know, the messed up part about it was they ended up getting divorced. And this was after I had already moved out to Las Vegas and I was out of the family law biz. But he called me and was telling me everything. And he was like, you know, man, we got divorced and, you know, I just couldn't take it no more. And I was cheating. And I was like, wait a minute, you did what? So then she proved the fact that he was cheating, and the prenup that I did for them became null and void.
He got nothing out the ordeal because he got
nothing
because he couldn't stay clean.
Now he's probably just, you know, living a regular life, just doing nothing while she's kicking back, chilling. Right. So I definitely get that aspect of the whole business contract. I just think it's a little bit more than that. I don't think it's just the business contract. And as far as what was the other question?
No, go ahead.
What was the other question about? You know, I don't know if it was before the vulnerability aspect.
That was a good question. I don't know. We were just talking. We was having a good time.
I think it was about the what we're looking for is
the unicorn, right?
Thing. Yeah.
You had responded to that. You were just like you threw the women under the bus, but it was just more so. Nita was just saying that you know, she wasn't saying like, you know, she's a unicorn in the aspect that like, you know, she's looking for a unicorn, but
she was looking for a unicorn.
But the way she explained
I wanted to throw myself under the bus a little bit because I never like to take a personal stance as everyone did. Well, almost everyone. I never really wanted to get married. I never was interested in a marriage or anything like a kids or anything of that nature. I just really just wanted to live. And I think that probably was because of the reason that I was in school for a very, very long time. And you know, you just kind of get used to being in a routine, and it just becomes like a far-fetched idea after the age of 35, 36, that you fresh out, no kids, you know, everyone seems to have been already starting a family. The odds of you meeting, you know, something of what you want and need are very, very slim. And, you know, based on my background, I'm a very big odds guy. And that's just one bet I was not willing to take. So, yeah, I just wasn't, that's what I'm saying. I never really looked for, you know, the whole marriage, kids, house. I was more of a, you know, skip around condo in the sky kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
So are you changing that?
Hold on, Kenny. You said something and Jay said something.
No, I was just saying your answer is so unique, but you made so much sense of it the way you articulated it. I get it.
Now I was just asking, are you still in that space, or are you willing to change and, you know, move into a space of, you know, possibly thinking about having a wife or a companion? Necessarily not got to be nobody married, but having a long-term companion or wife and kids.
No, I mean, due to the lifestyle that I live, I don't think it's conducive to a marriage. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would be a great husband living the life that I live. So I would have to change my whole situation in order for that to happen, which could be on the cards sometime, not anytime soon.
Got you. Nah, but that's good. But no, one thing I do respect about what you just said, man, is that you understand that what you do and how you living, you will not be a good husband, instead of just saying, hey, you know, because I like this person or I really like this person, I'm gonna, you know, go into it even though I know already that I'm not gonna be what she needs out of me. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm not trying to ruin nobody's situation.
I think that's dope. Kenny, let's move on to round two, man. Round two, man.
Oh, we gotta take another drink.
Round two.
Oh yeah, take a drink. Do your thing. Take a drink, man. We're not stopping you. We want y'all to be lit when y'all leave the bar. Just get home safely and be responsible. How y'all feeling though? How y'all feeling so far, man? Everything so far so good?
Yeah,
okay, thumbs up from Steph. Oh man, appreciate that. I know, Nita, you good over there? Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
All right, you ready? Round two, second round. Is there such a thing as own space in a committed relationship/marriage? If so, how do you communicate that with your partner without hurting their feelings?
Who you want to start with, Kenny?
Let's go with let me get Nita to go first.
I was gonna tell you to start. You in a committed relationship. How do you do that?
We're gonna let him tell us at the end. We're gonna let Dr. Kenneth tell us at the end.
I think it takes time. I think it's and I'm the only experience I'm speaking from is my parents, because they've been married for 35 years, and living with them a good deal of my life, I was able to see how they respect each other's space. And the fact that they had two children that they were trying to raise. Like, my mom's upstairs all the time, my dad is downstairs all the time, right?
Basement baby, gotta have a basement baby.
They'll do their errands, they'll do their things together. But I think when they spend quality time together, they don't need to be up under each other all the time, right? And because they know how to communicate with each other, which takes time, but because they know how to communicate with each other, it's easy for them to say, they know each other's moods, they're respectful of it, because my dad is very affectionate and my mom's very shy. So when I see my dad do stuff in public, or even if we're in the house and my dad does something, my mom's like, come on now, like, you know what I'm saying? I see how she reacts, but I see how she likes it, but not too much of it. And he respects that. So I think it takes time to understand that person's ins and outs, you know, and their understanding somebody's energy is a big thing too. Like, you could tell when somebody don't want to be bothered. And you have to respect that, you know, no matter if you're feeling vulnerable or if you're feeling like you need some attention. If somebody doesn't feel like being bothered, you know, that should be something that can be communicated without it turning into a whole big thing. So honestly, I just think that comes with time. But yeah, you can respect somebody's personal space in a committed relationship.
Okay.
Go ahead, Stephanie. Or you want Chuck to go? I saw your face. I don't want no problems.
No, I tell a person up front, like, anybody that knows me, my family is out of town. So it's my mother's not here, father's not here. So my friends are my family. So anybody that knows me, my personal time, my space time is me with my friends. Like, I see, and I get what Nita saying about her friends. You don't have to be up. I don't want you up under me 24/7. I don't. You go do your thing with your friends. I do my thing with my friends. We can come back. But I don't feel like that should lead to an argument because I want my own space for a second. Because I can be honest with this. I am moody. I can be want to talk to you all day, every day today. Tomorrow is what you want. Like, shut up, James. But but I know that about myself. I am like that. So anybody that I deal with, talk to, I let them know that in the beginning. I'm not that clingy female that needs to be up under you 24/7. I don't mind you hanging with your friends. That's your time. Even if you're not hanging with your friends, you just want to sit at home, chill, whatever, that's fine. But I think where it becomes a problem is when you're spending more time by yourself or with your friends and you're not giving your significant other that time. That's when that becomes an issue. So it's like everybody has to have their own space, but you have to give that significant other that time too.
So well, you know what? I'm gonna let Chuck go. And then I got a question for Stephanie. But go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there is a room. I think everyone definitely has to have their own space in relationships to where they can go and, you know, have their time reserved for this. Because if you don't have time for yourself, then you don't have time for anyone else. That's pretty much how it is. I don't need you to be super clingy around me every day, because a lot of what I do evolves around, you know, nightfall, especially being in the 24-hour town and in the 24-hour business. So, I mean, definitely I need my space respected, and I'm going to respect your space. You know, you can go out with your friends, do whatever you need to do. I'm not going to bother you. At the same time, you got to make time for each other. So, you know, it's kind of like a back and forth kind of pull. And, you know, sometimes you're going to have to deal with, well, for me, I've had to deal with which is more important, me or this casino. And, you know what I'm saying? And Kenny, you know who's going to win that one every time.
All right, yeah.
Man,
but
that's
yeah,
your money. That's your money maker.
I mean, it's more of a lifestyle, but yeah, I definitely think that everyone is entitled to their own space, and no one should intrude upon each other's personal space. Or, you know, I don't think that just because you're in a relationship, everything has to be conducted as we. I think there's still some room for I.
Okay. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, you know how I feel. You already know how I feel. You know how I feel, man. I'm definitely all for the own space.
That is why James stay single. James needs to stay single.
Nah, man, I'm just definitely for the own space. I think that you have to have own space in a relationship. Give me an opportunity to miss you. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's
give
true.
give me an opportunity to miss you. I'm not looking for somebody to clingy. I want you to have your own life outside of me. I want you to have your own friends outside of me. I don't want this, I don't want you under me all the time. I don't want to do certain things with my significant other. I want to do it by myself sometimes. It's what it is. Like, if I heard what Nita said, and I get that part, like the last question about the guy that she was dating or somebody that experience she had where the guy was always out with his homeboys and all that and everything like that. Like, I'm not saying every weekend, but listen, no, I don't want to spend the whole weekend with you if I've been with you for all the other 5 days. And I can be with you the 6th day. But one day, like, let me get one of those days with the fellas where I can just let my hair down. Like, I can just chill.
Let me tell you how bad it was. Because he took advantage of the fact that I love sports, right? Every time he invited me somewhere, it was to his house and all his friends were there. Every time, to the point where I'm tossing him back with his friends and they calling me sis. This is our 3rd date.
That's different. That's different. Nah, I'm not saying that. Like, no, I'm gonna give the young lady or my significant other who I'm dealing with all the time in the world. I have no problem with doing that. I have no problem with dating. I have no problem with courting. I think you should still court in a relationship when you get the catch. I think you should do everything that you did to get that person because you have to maintain that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, get off me. You know what I'm saying? Get off me, man. Listen, like, you're awake right now, man. Like, let me have my time to myself because there's certain things that I want to do that doesn't involve you. It's certain things that I want to do that doesn't involve you. Like, I don't see nothing. Listen. See, y'all looking at it from a negative standpoint.
I got a question.
But y'all looking at it from a no, but it's just.
Guess what? You're not gonna do that because guess what? I'm pulling up.
See, that's the thing. I know that. I know Steph. Steph, like, what? Nah, like, she's not hearing. Hey, babe, can I come through tonight? Nah, I just kind of want to chill by myself. What? Nah.
See, that's where I was gonna go at, James. Like, I was hearing Steph saying, like, I don't need nobody under me 24/7, all this. But what happened? How would you feel? Like, he go out, he come home. What's the booty time hours? Like 5, 6 in the morning. Like,
booty time hours. First of all, that's booty time.
Like where we at? Like, now I just want to see how far you willing to accept my man being out and about.
Don't walk in my house at 5, 6 in the morning.
So I don't have no problem. You come home at 5, 6 in the morning. Kitty, you know I do it. Steph, you know we do this. Like, I don't have no problem if you come home 5, 6 in the morning, beat the sun home. Just beat the sun home.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
First of all, 5, 6 in the morning, the sun is coming up.
It all depends on what it all depends on the season. It all depends on the season. It all depends on the season. But what I'm saying, I just feel like, like everything, like I don't have to do everything in my life to incorporate you in everything. Like, you would know what I'm doing. Like, but it's certain things that sometimes for me is my peace and sanity. Like for example, running. That's something that, like, that's my sanity. That's my peace. That's my time for me to clear my mind, think about what I got going on. Like, Nita, I know you talked about growth. You talked about, your businesses. Chuck talked about how the casino is a lifestyle for him and things like that. It's certain things that to you, like, this is your opportunity for you to, in a space to help you grow, help you think. You know what I mean? That you may need that time that you don't need him there right now. This is my time for me to, meditate, whatever it is. So for me, that's what running is for me. So I may not incorporate her in my running because that's the time for me to clear my mind with everything I'm thinking about or put things in order. You know what I mean? Where I want to go, okay, or come up with a plan while I'm running, come up with a plan like, okay, I'm putting this plan together in my head on what I need to do, but that's my time of running. That's when it happens. So just even in that, or it may be something that's just minor that like, listen, this is just my time for this. I don't like, for example, let's just talk about guys, we like to play the video games. I know you see the memes when the PS5 came out, don't talk to me till the new year, things like that, right? But like, if he playing a video game, that's just time. Let him have that time to play the video game. You know, as long as he's doing everything else correctly, let him have that time to play the video game. I'm playing the game, you come up, you jump in front of the TV. You did that in the third. Nah, give me my space. Like, I just think there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't think I have to incorporate my significant other in every event that I do.
It's totally, that's commendable, and I agree with you, but the way you present yourself in being in a relationship is a total opposite of how you are. And I think that's why it's so hard to digest what you're presenting, because you said I'm a selfish person. And how in the world can you be in a relationship as a selfish person? You're already going with the mindset, it's about me.
No, I'm not. I said I'm but it was saying that I was selfish. I said in the past, and I did say in the past, because when I was talking about the being, single, those are the reasons why, because I was selfish and I knew those things. I'm not as selfish now. I've grown in those spaces and I understand what comes with being in a relationship and how, you have to make, and I don't call it a sacrifice per se. I just say where you put your energy, your time and energy at. So I can look at it from a positive standpoint, because sacrifice to me sometimes means it feels like a negative, even though in the Bible you have to make sacrifice. I get that part. But what I'm saying is like, you can still be kind of selfish and still be in a relationship. You can. Like, I may not be selfish to her, but I still may have selfish, like, I may not want to always do certain things, or I'm selfish because in certain aspects, but you know that about your partner too. Like, if you deal with a guy, he's cheap. You're going to deal with a guy who's willing to, for example, you're in a relationship, who's good with the money. The person that, financially, I'm not putting the money in that person's hands because we'll lose our home. But that don't mean you're not going to marry him or you won't be in a relationship with him. So it's just that, it works. Nobody's perfect. It's all about who's perfect for you. So that's how I look at that space. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to that, I do still like my own space. That's all I'm saying. Like, even in a relationship, I think that you can have your own space. And I think you need your own space because you can lose yourself sometimes. Mm-hmm. If you pour, and like you said, you pour, you don't even have time to step back for you. Mm-hmm. You okay? You can lose yourself. So that own space give me that time to do that, reset, all those things, reevaluate what's going on, put things in perspective, move the chess pieces a certain way so I get the board correct. That's how, I'm not saying own space like I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you over here. I don't want you in my face. I'm just saying own space to me means to reevaluate myself, to, you know what I mean? And just to take care of me real quick. That's all. One
thing I know, James, when you get married, I know that shit gonna work. Cause nigga, you ain't getting married till I know that shit right. you got a lot of standards. I know that's one way I'm going to.
It's not about even married. It's when that man gets in a relationship. It ain't even married. It's that man in a relationship.
It's not even about a bunch of standards, because those things change. I think that when we all put up standards, or we have an outline of what we want in a person, I just think that's just the basis of what we see. I don't think it's because when you go into that, it's just the basis of what you're doing. Like, you're building that person, but you know that person's not going to be, everybody's not going to have everything you're looking for. You know what I mean? It's just the stuff that, because I like, this is a bad way to look at it. And I'm just saying this just in the terms that we are under the bar. A relationship is whoever bullshit you want to put up with the most, because everybody has bullshit. So I look at it like this, is whoever, listen, I think a relationship can do the positives outweigh their negatives, and can you deal with their negatives? That's what a relationship is. That's just what it is, man. It's what it is. That's the simplest way I can put it. So
I don't look at it like that.
I'm just saying, you have a checklist, you have the things that you want and everything like that, but they're not gonna meet everything on that checklist. They're not. They don't.
You call it bullshit. I ain't calling it bullshit.
Kenny, you got bullshit with you. You said it. You shut down. You don't want to change. You call vulnerability feminine. That's bullshit. That's what that is. That's bullshit.
That's different.
No, it's not different. It's bullshit.
You changing shit, but
No,
anyway.
I'm not. Chuck, you got something to say? I see you looked up there talking.
Yeah, I unmuted the mic, but
Can we have
I was
people to this?
What?
Huh?
Can we add people to this?
We almost at the end of it now, though. We almost at the end of it now, but if we should have did it early on. But go ahead, Chuck.
Nah, I was just agreeing with Jay on the whole vulnerable feminine thing. Like, yeah, that is pretty bad though, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Gotta relax on that.
Yeah, man. That's the bullshit that comes with you, Kenny. That's all I'm saying. That's the bullshit she puts up with.
What was our last question? Or have we got to it yet?
All right, we about to get to it now. The last. You talking about the last round?
Yeah, if I go through, if y'all can't get to me, I'm about to go through a mountain pass.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Last round. I mean, anybody got anything else they want to say about it? Because I know Nita looked at me all crazy. You know what I mean? I know Stephanie was like, yeah, he ain't gonna never, when he get a relationship, he gonna be, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. The crazy thing about it, Stephanie is the same way. She's a man in a female body.
Okay, see, that goes back to what I said earlier when I said a lot of guys tell me that. And I'm not gonna say I feel like I'm a man in a female's body, but I'm not vulnerable. I'm not coming out here just no shield. I'm not vulnerable. That's just not me.
Yeah.
So that's why when guys tell me that,
you gotta jump. What she's saying is you gotta jump through 100 hoops before you get to that heart. And so if you're willing to jump through 100 hoops to get to that heart, you got her, because she got a big heart. She got a big heart.
That's why I'm not. I think that's why I'm not vulnerable, because when I'm 37, I have been in 4 relationships. I'll count my first love. Okay, 4 relationships. You have people out here that have been in 20 relationships. I'm just not that person that I can just jump in a relationship, because when I'm in it, I'm in it. Like
so you love hard, right?
I love hard.
Oh so God,
that's why I can't.
Yeah.
But don't love me hard like Fatal Attraction. Don't love me that hard.
No, not like that.
Attraction, hey, don't love me that
not
hard.
like that. Sometimes I love hard to the point where it's very easy for me to hold a grudge. Like
if you hurt me,
very easy.
Yeah, like every person that I have talked to, like that we have talked, like me and James, every person that I have talked to, we are still cool. I'm still cool with them people. Like I'm still cool. Even my last ex, for the beginning of it, we wasn't cool. But like now, we can be cool. But it took a while. We've been broken up 8 months. And I just am at the point where I can be cool with you. But in the beginning, I can't give you that. I gotta take time for me, and now I have to heal.
Gotcha.
I had to heal. I had to heal. Now that I've done my healing, we can be cool. I will never be with your ass again, but we can be cool.
Gotcha.
I just think that's trace of a good person. I don't think that's trace of a not vulnerable person, because I can be vulnerable when I'm interested in where this is going. Like I can be all in, but at the same time, I'm not going to be all in with everybody. So I'll have options, but if I'm gunning for that one person, even if they don't realize that I'm gunning for you, I'm going to be all in. Yeah, has that been egg on my face? Yeah, but I've loved hard. And it's not from a standpoint of me trying to be shielded and guarded. I'm going to give you all of me, period. And your life is going to change. That's just what I know.
Hey,
I mean,
I hear you. I hear you. Your life is going to change. I hear you.
I'm not being conceited.
No. I'm just saying, like, hey, I hear you. I think that's beautiful that you come that way.
But I don't think being vulnerable means that you can't go all in also, because I just think Stephanie and Kenny, y'all are just good people and y'all are dedicated, but at the same time, you're not going to take no mess. So you have to analyze first. You got to check what's going on, make sure everything is okay with you first, and then take the necessary steps to allow this person to be in your life. I'm just a total, I'm gonna allow you in my energy, if I'm gunning for you, if I see the potential there, and I'll be vulnerable with you, but at the same time, there will come a point where I have to wake up and say, this isn't going anywhere. And I'll have to get out of the situation. May take 2 years, but it happens.
And to be honest with y'all, I could be the
Hold
same.
on, Nita. She can hear you, right? This is my best friend on the phone. This is what I was like, can we ask about? Can you say that last part again, please?
I'm agreeing with her right now. I completely agree with what you just said.
Please.
Like, if this ain't gonna go nowhere, I'm gonna have to cut all ties. That's exactly what it is.
I got you. I appreciate you joining the show. You know what I mean?
No, we gonna get it. We wanna. Like,
yeah.
Next year, starting next year.
Starting the next season, we definitely want her on the show. But like I said, I can be vulnerable too, and I could be open and all that stuff as well. I mean, you know what I mean? I think everybody can to a certain extent. You just do it for the person that you think is worthy of that. Because I can be loyal to a fault. I could be loyal to a fault to a certain extent. Like, you my peoples, you my peoples. You know what I mean? Like, if you my peoples, right or wrong. Like, you my peoples, and that go for anybody. But like, I'm not gonna let Kenny sidestep this conversation. Sidestep this question either, because he ain't even respond yet. He thought he got away with it. Yeah, because at the beginning of the question, Nita asked you, because you're the married one, can you have your own space in the relationship? And you didn't answer. So
of course you can.
How, Kenny? And how did you do it? Inquiring minds would like to know.
I mean, I'm an easy person. I'm an easy person. I'm an even kill. Like, I don't got too many vices, but I mean, my only vice, I'm a huge sports fan. And you know, I want my time. That's all I ask for. Just give me my time in the basement when my team is playing, or if I'm watching sports, or even if I have a bad day at work, let me come home. I don't want to hear your shit. Let me come home, give me some beers, and let me do my thing. She understands me. Sometimes we get a little spats and all that stuff, and I bring up, well, I give you your moment one time every month. Give me my moment.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to stand on your. Sometimes you got to stand up. You can't let no woman just walk all over. You got to say some shit. I know that what I said was fucked up, but I mean, hey, that's all I got. You know, I know when I'm wrong.
Okay, so with this whole sports thing with the guys, so like Nita said, she's a basketball. I'm a football. So does that mean every Sunday you want to watch football with your mans or in the basement by yourself?
No, I'm like I tell her like I've been in.
No, he's saying like this. I got you, Kenny. I got you. He's saying this, man.
Because I'm trying to choose my words.
Nah, like listen, he's saying this straight up. When football's on or when sports on and I'm watching sports, I'm not going to no grocery store. I'm not going to no wine festival. I don't want to go to brunch. I don't want to go do when you want to go look at these colors that you want to paint the room. You got like if football comes on Thursday.
I only get
Thursday, Monday, and Sunday. You have 4 other days to take me anywhere you want.
Not even that. Look, it's 12 months in a year. Football season, only the important months, it's like what, 4 months? You got 8 months. Let me have one day out of a week in 4 months.
Or just don't choose. And then as a Raider fan. Yeah, he's a Raider fan. Just don't choose when the Raiders game's on to come and want to have a conversation with me. What do you think about this? I don't care what that like that.
When it's strategic like that, and somebody is asking you to do something at a time that you know you're trying to dedicate your attention to one thing that you love, they're literally trying to see how much you love it more than them. And it's vice versa. I'm being cliche with this. I'm being cliche with this because, like how y'all said, I can come in the house at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you is you think you about to get some at 5 o'clock in the morning. Respect my time, respect my house, respect my sleep, respect the fact that you just was out with your homeboys, but now you think that this is more important because it's a need that you have. So it's
over sports, you gonna lock the cookies?
It's no, all I'm saying is it's the same strategy. It's strategic because you're telling me what I want is more important or is what I want. And I want to see how much she knows that this is important to me. It's the same thing. So I want to see the wine festival. It's not even about the wine festival. I want him to see that spending time with me, I want to see if it's more important than watching his Raiders.
And what I feel like,
game on your phone.
right? But what I feel like,
that joint and record it.
But what I feel like is that you saying that you want to see how much I love you, and I feel as though you're being selfish in that space because you're doing it. Just like, for example, I've heard a lot of women say this: I want to see how mad my man can get. I'm gonna push this button to see when I break the knob because he always say, "Oh, you got it." He don't try to go that far. But I need to see how far and why. What's the point of trying to figure out how to push that limit? Why?
Because y'all do the same thing when it comes to physical stuff. Y'all do the same thing. Y'all do the same thing.
We don't.
No, I get what you're saying. She kind of got a point.
My ex did that. And I'm gonna tell you this, he did it because he didn't know the old Stephanie. The old Stephanie, like, you say one word to me, and I'm like what? Now I'm at a point where I can be like, look, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me calm down. Let me come back to this with a calm mind, a clear head, and then let's have this conversation. But because he didn't know that other me and how bad things can get where they really don't need to get, he kept poking one day. Like you kept poking, where it got to a point you got that old Stephanie. And it was my best friend and my cousin holding me back because I was about to swing on your ass. And then, so once it got to that point, that's when I was like, this not going to work because if you can't understand my boundary of when I say give me a moment because I don't want to go back to that person, if you can't understand that, it's not going to work. You got to respect my boundary. Don't niggas, yes, they will poke and say, let me see how mad, let me see what she going to do. Niggas do it.
Women do it all. Women do it.
Let me tell you something else also. When you have a person who is very guarded and does not want to be vulnerable, and I'm not throwing no shade to you, Kenny, because you are a passionate person. You are a passionate person. I know how you care for your family, your kids, your business. So this is no shade to you. But when you have a person who is so guarded and not willing to be vulnerable because they don't know how to be or they don't want to embrace it, and I see your passion for other things, I'm going to push to see if you can be passionate for me like you are for those other things because something's triggering you. And now I feel slighted. I feel like, okay, well, if he can root for the Raiders every weekend, why can't he root for me when I go to the wine festival? You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to figure out. It's not so much, she's trying to get on my nerves on purpose.
And I get
it's more so like, I see what makes him happy. And if I can't do that, what am I here for?
But no, you can make me happy. We could go to the wine festival on Saturday. It's another day that we can go to the wine festival. We ain't gotta go on Sunday. You already know. If you know me,
look though.
If you know me,
you gonna take the L though.
You gonna take the L. Happy or right, you can't be both.
James, let me ask you this. Yes, after you spent a whole day with your homeboys and you come in the house at 5 o'clock in the morning and try your hand, and I say no, you can't get mad.
As long as it works both ways. If I turn it down, I turn it down, you see Stephanie's face? Did you see Stephanie's face just now? When you come home at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm asleep and I turn it down because you've been out all day with your homegirls, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I'm gonna rape your ass.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
See, that's that's not fair. That's not fair.
Now you can tell me I'm a whole nigga. Cause guess what? If I've been out with my girls all night and we done hooped it up, we done drank, we done party. Guess what? To my girls and in my mind, bitch, I'm about to see this nigga out when I get in the house. I'm going to her the whole way home. I get. Cause
you can't expect a dude like, cause it happens. He can be sleeping good, man. Like he tired.
So you telling me you sleep this better than getting this pussy?
Woo!
I ain't say that. See? Oh my God, I ain't say
Listen,
that.
man, we can hold up now. We can keep going. Ooh, we
It goes
can,
back to what Nita is saying.
I'm
So
just saying.
you
This
that
is good.
football
And
is more important. That's what you're showing me. That football is more important.
No,
Listen.
it's about if I gotta compromise once a month.
I'm not even
Okay,
going
so
down
you
that
don't
route.
gotta compromise once a month.
No,
'Cause
I'm
I don't have them issues, so you don't gotta compromise once a month for me. I don't have them issues. So let's use another statistic for that one.
Listen, man. Listen. All we saying is both parties need to compromise. That's all we saying. Listen,
So you have to compromise. So if it's a wine festival and the only day it is that Sunday, and I want to go, when is it enough for you to compromise for the?
Oh no, I can do. I one Sunday. If it's that one Sunday, I can compromise. I don't have no problem with that. But I understand what Kenny was saying.
gonna take the L.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the L. Yeah, I'm gonna take the L. No, I'm gonna take the L. I'm gonna take the L.
I'm gonna take because
have your right, you can't be both.
I don't know how to explain.
Listen, man. Listen. We can talk about it all day, but we got the last question, man, and we don't want to. We want to respect everybody.
Yeah, respect people's time and stuff. Yeah.
But I think we lost Chuck
During
because he said. I think we lost Chuck because he said he was going through the what you call. So the last question. Boy, Kenny, what's the last question? And before that, man, before we get to the last round, because it's last round, everybody put your glass up, man. You know we're gonna do a toast, man. Put your glass up, man. And just out of what you need a real quick toast to something. I don't care what it is.
Manifested prayers.
Manifested prayers. Toast to something, Stephanie. Toast to something, man.
All right, hold on. Let's get a full drink. I'm gonna toast to happiness.
Happiness. Toast to something, Kenny.
I'm just toasting to the new year, man. And whatever's written, I'm gonna be strong. We all gonna be strong enough to deal with it.
And for me, I'm toasting to everybody on this podcast that y'all get whatever y'all are searching for, and y'all are successful in whatever you guys are reaching for, man. So toast to y'all, and toast to everybody on the podcast, and we appreciate y'all. Last round, man.
Go ahead, James. We're gonna do we always do this this ritual we always do for bar drinks and entrees. We always do dead or alive. James and I are gonna participate. We always participate on the first and last show of every season. So since this is the season finale, dead or alive, family or celebrity, doesn't matter, it could be anybody. One person, who would you want to have a bar drink and entree with at the bar? And we'll start with Stephanie.
I would say my cousin that I lost when I was 12. Because we was more like brother and sister.
Gotcha.
So
Nita.
Jesus. He's the most interesting man in the world, and he got that wine on deck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that answer.
Church. Go ahead, James. Oh,
you want me to
go? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. For me, I don't even know if I said this before, and I probably have, but it's my grandmother. I didn't. The one thing that I regret, and I don't regret anything in the world because I think we all learn from whatever we do. I try not to regret anything in the world. But the one thing that I didn't do was graduate on time from college, so she didn't get to see me walk across the stage in college. And that's one of the biggest things that I do regret from my mom. Regret because I would have been, the first person out of our immediate family, from my grandmother to my mother, to walk across that stage. So for me, it's my grandma, and then, she died when I was in my last year, so like 20, almost 21. So I never got to have a drink with her. So I would love to have a drink with my grandma, man, because that was my ace in the hole. That was my everything. And if you anybody close to me would tell you, you know what I mean. My grandma was my boo. That was my Bonnie and Clyde. That was my grandma. So my grandmother.
Dope. Rest in peace of grandma. Bar drink and entree I will have for this season finale. I like to have sit at the bar with Jay-Z, man.
And he hates Jay-Z. Let him tell you, he hates Jay-Z.
I don't hate Jay-Z. I don't hate Jay-Z. I want to ask Jay, what first of all, I want to commend him on a great career, but also great career. And also, I want to commend him on basically what inspired him to. It's like he's a person like that teaches these young kids more so about the game of in the record business. What inspired him to invest and start Tidal? What inspired him to help young artists who make mistakes, like a Meek Mill or 21 Savage or
Lil Wayne.
I see Jake and Lil Wayne. I see Jake coming to the rescue for a lot of young artists or a lot of artists who don't have those means to do the type of things they do for them to get them out of situations. Like what inspired him to do that? Like what are some of the trials, temptations he's been through that make him put those parameters in place to help this next generation when in the record business?
And you know why he's the GOAT, Kenny? You know why he's the GOAT, all jokes aside? Because what did he say in Big Pimpin'? No, I never give my heart to a woman, not for nothing, never happening. I'll be forever macking. And we saw a whole transition of this man evolve to making a whole album with a woman where they don't even have their own names on it. It's the Carters. That in itself is right. It's growth. We've seen personal growth throughout his whole career. So it's just like on Pound Cake in terms of the business side of it. When he said on Pound Cake that Dame made millions, Beans would tell you if he wasn't in his feelings. Like he taught them how to fish.
My biggest thing,
even with Drake, when he told you gonna have these little rappers get at you and try to, provoke you into, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth just so they can get on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of my biggest things with Ho that I liked about him, because he sparred with everybody in the game. But when he said that, why not like pretty much invest with the person that got the same hue as you? And he was like, why would I drink anybody else vodka when Diddy got vodka?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that was big to me, man. Like because he's investing back into his own people.
Switching for Ciroc to give Puff Stock the boost.
You know what it is, Denise. Let me tell you, I know this. I listen. I'm a Jay-Z fan, and Kenny will tell you, Nas is my favorite rapper because he's one of the best storytellers to ever do it. So
the best.
But I just Tupac is the GOAT. Like he is the revolutionary GOAT.
We're still around.
But listen, man. Thank y'all guys, man. Thank you guys.
Listen, I love Pac.
But thank you guys again for a next excellent show, another show in the books, the season finale. Thanks to Chuck. I know he's not on here right now.
Thanks, Chuck. As
people was knowing, he was driving from Cali back to Vegas, and he ran into a dead zone, I believe. So we did lose him. But I appreciate him being on the show. Just like I appreciate you young ladies, you beautiful Black young ladies for being on the show. Thank you guys.
Black queens. Black queens. We gonna call our Black women.
So Black
queens.
Because I know one of the biggest things that I've been saying so far is to protect our Black queens. So I want to let y'all know that y'all are protected and everything like that. So without further ado, all we ask you guys to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, or we have we on Apple Podcasts. So if you got Apple, subscribe to the Apple Podcast. If you got Android, subscribe to the Google Podcast, Spotify, however you listen to us, man. Make sure you subscribe and get your friends on board. And if you got anybody that wants to be on the show, like Stephanie, man, tell your friend, man. Tell your friend we want her on the show. So pass the information on to us and everything like that. We love to have anybody and everybody who wants to be in the show on the show. That's all we want. But like before we get off, we on Google, Apple, or Google Podcast.
Hey, James, hold on. I got Chuck trying to get back in, so hold on.
Okay. But while we waiting on Chuck to get back in, I got Google. We on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We have Spotify. We on the link is in our bio at Bar Drinks and Entrees. Please go follow our IG at Bar Drinks and Entrees, Facebook at Bar Drinks and Entrees, man. Like I said, waiting on Chuck. Man.
I got a question, James and Stephanie. What's one thing you learned in 2020?
I learned in 2020. I'm gonna let you go first, Stephanie.
Patience.
Mhm.
Patience.
Despite any circumstance, you can always find success. So, and what I mean by that is I've seen a lot of my friends, family members, even myself, start even during the COVID, the pandemic. I've seen people get houses. I've seen people, fix their relationships. I've seen people start new businesses. I've seen people increase their income, find new streams of income. So even during tough circumstances, you can always find success. So you never out, you know what I mean? That's my thing. Chuck, welcome back, man. The one thing that we want to ask you, Chuck, who would you like to have a bar drinking entree with before we get off this episode? Chuck, you there yet?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
So the question is, who would you like to have a bar drinking entree with? Or just
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive, rich or famous, or just somebody that's close to you? Doesn't have to be rich or famous.
I'm gonna go with Michael Jackson.
Okay, cool. Tell us why, bro.
Because a lot of people don't know, but Mike was a big drinker.
Oh wow.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, Mike used to get down with the whiskeys and all of that. Yeah, Mike was a big drinker.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it would be cool. That's always been the one person I had a lot of questions for.
Okay,
as far
cool.
as like, your whole career, the path, and all the allegations and all of that. Before I'd probably say before 4 or 5 months ago, I would have said O.J. Simpson, but I actually had the chance to have a bar drink and an entree with my man O.J.
I saw that picture at the bar, man.
Dope.
Yeah, so
dope,
that was about before. So yeah, I would take Jack O for the bar drink and entree.
Got you. And like we were just telling Steph and Nita, make sure you subscribe to our channel. That's all we ask. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at Bar Drinks and Entrees. Bar Drinks and Entrees on Facebook. Tell a friend. Like before we close out, we on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We on Spotify, YouTube. Like I said, our YouTube channel. We got a pearl, as you can see. Kenny got on some of our pearl. He got the Bar Drinking Entrees hat on. I got to do a better job of putting on the pearl. But other than that, man, we appreciate you guys so much. Thanks again. Kenny, did I miss anything before we close out?
No, you said everything, man.
Cool.
And for our guests, man, we definitely want y'all to come back as well. So
yeah.
At some point in time, we'll definitely reach out to you guys, man. You guys been great.
Yeah, y'all always invited back. And like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Like I said, my favorite line is, if you like it, promote it. If you don't like it, still promote it. So that's all we ask, man. Thank you guys again. We appreciate y'all, man. Another episode in the books, man. I'm James.
I'm Kenny, and we out. Happy New Year.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody. Peace and love.
All that. Stay